When I first started playing weddings and corporate events and special events like that with my old band, it was a 5-piece band at that point in time, and it did all of the gigs with the same 5 people. We didn't take the gig if somebody wasn't available. I believe that a lot of people think that that kind of band is what is normal for most special events. You're hiring the same group, that one group that does all of the gigs. Later on, I joined a group that started off like that. They started off as a 6-piece band. Over time, because they kept on getting asked about playing 2 or 3 or even 4 or 5 weddings on the same day, the band leader, the guy who was running the group, he decided to expand the band. And what started as a second band eventually became a larger group of people that are all local to my area that work together in different concoctions in order to create the same result in different ways. So now we can usually put together about 3 different 9-piece versions of the band. We can do that consistently every single week. So eventually what started off as one small group of 6 people that played as one band turned into this much larger group of about 40 people that are still one band. And we do a fantastic job of keeping that consistent in every iteration that we put out of this live band. When I first started doing it this way, I didn't feel good about it. I did not know how to feel about being kind of like an on-call musician in a larger group. If you are in a band that is considering playing special events or has already started, I want to show you something that will kind of open your eyes about what the competition looks like and how far it's gone from what it was even 10 or 15 years ago. It's become much more common to see groups like the one that I play with because it allows for more flexibility. It allows for more customization based on what individual clients want out of their live music performance experience. Okay, so let's talk about this. I want to show you something that's online that kind of opened my eyes a little bit, and I want you to see what I'm seeing. Now, this was a video that I happened to come across about a live band that performs in another part of the United States, and I just happened to notice it because it looked like another video that I've seen before. So let me show you this. Let me play you part of this video. So they're trying to show that they are expandable. They can do the band in different ways and shapes and forms. And it's expandable from as little as a 3 or 4-piece band to as big as a 14-piece, it looks like, right? So, and they hopped every time to kind of show that how they could expand it, right? Well, here's a funny part. Let me show you a different video with a supposedly different band, okay? Isn't that funny? Looked pretty much identical, didn't it? I did some digging and came to realize that there are at least 4 or 5 versions of this same video. It's actually an old thing that's been around for a long time. And from what I understand, some of the markets like New York and the area around Los Angeles, California, have had this kind of thing for a lot of years. They called these groups screamer bands. They are musicians that don't know each other who are being picked and chosen to be put together for different special events. And the reason they're called screamers is because there was a history of brides and grooms or special event clients that would scream at these bands. They're all different bands, but their websites are all made the same exact way. They show different people in the pictures, but the setup looks almost exactly the same. And essentially what it is that these groups are covering a certain territory for a larger company. This is your competition when you are playing live music. These guys are doing it for a decent dollar amount. They're customizing it based on the client's needs. And a lot of the time, these musicians have never played together before. Doesn't mean they're bad musicians, but it doesn't mean they all know each other or how the other ones play. The client is only getting so much of a good product, because if the musicians have never met before, there's going to be some issues that might come up in those cases. So the truth is that nowadays, these groups actually produce a pretty good result for their client. They have a certain standard of quality that they expect from their musicians. So these guys come out and they do a good job. I've been in with a couple of players that have been in those groups, and they do a good job. They're great musicians. But here's the kicker, is a lot of them have never met each other before. So they walk into a situation where they're just going to read some music and hope that everybody kind of plays it the same way. And that can go really well, or in bad situations, it could go really poorly. The people that are hiring bands like this, they don't necessarily know that that's the case. These are musicians from a network of about 200 or 300 or 400 available choices. They're cherry picking people based on where they are and what they're able to do, and they're putting together a concoction of a band. The group that I play with, the 40 people that we work with, we all know each other. When we bring somebody new in, we get to know them first before we give them anything really difficult to try. We're actually pretty well aware of what we're going to get out of each other and how to work together. By comparison to something like this, you don't necessarily know what the result is going to be. So it is something to be aware of when you are trying to get into the wedding and special event space. Groups like this are out here and they dominate a lot of the markets that they are in, because they can pull musicians from anywhere. So they can get as many of the gigs as are available. If you're trying to play music in the special event space and you're good enough that people are wanting you, you may want to consider expanding your roster of people. This is becoming much more normalized again in the wedding and special events space. So if you're wanting to get into it or wanting to expand your footprint in the wedding and special events space, you may want to think about getting some more people on your roster and up to speed with your show so that you can do more shows. So that's it for this week. I hope this was useful information for you. If you do want to learn more about how to be a better on-stage entertainer, be the performer that you are meant to be, come check us out at Danny Robertson Music. I'd love to help you more. We have courses and products and coaching that is available to teach you a lot of the things that are outside of music that you need to know about being on stage. So best of luck to you on your next gig. Good luck getting some special events like weddings and corporate events, and we'll see you soon. Take care.